So I, Callum Adams, went over to the mainland to see Chrissy for her 70th birthday. It had been so long since I had seen Chrissy. Every step I took to this party, I had my mind glued to one thing, her knockers, and to be particular, how they jiggled around. I wanted to plant my seed in her and to see pure, unadulterated pleasure arise from the specific seed. I trained on Lenny and Penny before I set off because I was ravenous, animalistic in fact. I was growling to myself and bit down into my pillow while Lenny topped me. Once I was done, I made sure their treat for the day was not that of a usual standard. It was my gloopy, cummy-wummy surprise, my man juices, if you will. I declared passionately after I busted that this will be the best birthday Chrissy had ever experienced. My heart was delicately pounding after I went to the sex dungeon posing as a house. Chrissy was in there ready, open, and anticipating a fun night. I wrote a speech, a declaration of sex, sweet goodness to ooze and spill into her ear as our bodies connected on a deep maternal and lustful level. My hand shakenly knocked on the firm glass door, and there she was, Chrissy Bennett, the birthday girl ready for birthday sex, her eyes lustful, full of the night sky that echoed out behind my slim and narrow head. "Welcome in Callum," Chrissy said to me. She bit her lip, and I knew she was ready for some fun. She seemed conflicted as she headed back to the main room of the house with all the guests. I knew she wanted to rip her clothes off there and then, but had to appear orderly when the gathering was based around her and her occasion. Before she set foot in that room, the room to deprive me of my pleasure, I reached me, had out, and tapped her on the shoulder. I suggested we go upstairs, as there was something I wanted to show her. She nodded submissively, but I knew that side of her would diminish as she was about to take charge in the bedroom. The bedroom was precisely where I lead her, her hand allowing my direction to guide her. I planted her down on the bed and detailed my intent. She seemed like she wanted to be consumed. Her knockers perked up, almost like milk was filling up inside them, her legs widening her minge. Jack Walker's resting place was going to be awoken by my shaft. My voice trembled as I lowered my joggers down around my ankles. Chrissy took charge. If my manhood was a gun, then Chrissy was a general. She was like a plumber trying to unload the build-up in my yogurt cannon. First her hand, then her lips, and finally she was on top of me, riding me with intent. All the way throughout, I was uttering my speech, telling her how I didn't think of her as mum. No, in fact, I thought of her as mummy. A succubus ready to empty me out of all my human fertilizer. My eyes rolled back into my head, but they refocused onto the centre of the room. It was Amy, my sister, Amy the bitch. I was expecting anger, rage, disgust, betrayal, but no, when she took her clothes off too, I knew I was a lucky boy. A hate fuck is honestly just as good as birthday sex. I could never utter a word of that night on my streams. I hope this recording does not get out. If it does, I will hold all involved accountable, Elliot Rodger style. Anyways, happy birthday, Chrissy Bennett.